तुमको निकाल दिया।
Aman Kumar, please keep yourself muted. To the participants who have just joined, you are informed that we will begin the program shortly. Your patience is highly appreciated. And once again, I repeat, if your peers are unable to join this meeting, please urge them to attend the meeting via the YouTube link, which will be activated at 11 o'clock.
ওটা আপনার মাইক্রোফোন, আপনাকে কি বলছি না তখন। হ্যালো বলুন। হ্যালো 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 হ্যালো।
Yes, sir. Good morning.
ওকে, গুড মর্নিং।
Okay, sir. So let's start the session.
শিওর শিওর শিওর।
Once again, an absolutely wonderful morning to one and all present here, celebrated guests, esteemed faculty members, and distinguished participants. We are thrilled to welcome you all to the Spring 2024 session on RTCI, that is, Recent Trends in Computing and Informatics, brought to you by the Department of Information Technology in association with IQAC, Internal Quality Assurance Cell. It brings us immense pleasure to have each and every one of you here today. As we gather here today, I am reminded of a profound quote by Freeman Dyson. He said, and I quote, I repeat, I am reminded of a quote by Freeman Dyson. He said, and I quote, technology is a gift of God. It is the mother of civilizations, of arts, and of sciences. If we look at it, technology is anything that wasn't around when we were born. Let us reflect on these words as we prepare to delve into the advancements and innovations that shape our modern world. Before we begin, let us acknowledge the collective wisdom and vision that have brought us together. In the words of Steve Jobs, innovation distinguishes between a leader and a follower. Together, let us strive to be leaders in our respective fields, pushing the boundaries of what is possible and inspiring others to follow in our footsteps. Now, as we embark on this journey together, let me set the stage for what's to come. What is RTCI? What is this webinar all about? So, over the next few hours, we have the privilege of hearing from some of the brightest minds in the field, esteemed guest speakers who will share their insights and experiences on the latest advances in computing and informatics. From AI and machine learning to cloud computing and intellectual property rights, we'll be exploring a wide range of topics that are shaping the future of our digital world. In a nutshell, this webinar on RTCI will certainly give a fair exposure to the participants on advances in new technologies and allied paradigm for shaping research competency. Once again, I encourage each and every one of you to participate, ask questions, share your thoughts, and let your curiosity guide you. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is now my honor to introduce someone whose unwavering dedication to education and innovation have garnered him immense respect and admiration in academic circles. His visionary leadership has propelled Haldia Institute of Technology to new heights and excellence. He is none other than Dr. Subrata Mondal, Principal at Haldia Institute of Technology. Please join me in extending a warm virtual welcome to Dr. Subrata Mondal. Sir, the stage is all yours.
Respected ladies and gentlemen, and this is a really very good morning to all of you, the galaxy of these intellectuals, the respected teachers and beloved students. This is really beautiful. I am very much happy that our information technology department is going to organize an webinar on a very recent topics, that is information and computing and information technology, which is very much required nowadays. And I expect that the outcome of this webinar will help to each and every audience who are now present today. I believe that each and every institute should organize this type of webinar to upgrade and update knowledge of each and every faculty as well as students of that institute, because many things are going to be research output which is not included in the textbook. So this is the platform like seminar, workshop or webinar where they can learn many things and they can maintain their style of teaching, as the students will also satisfied by that learning teaching of the professors. And I believe that recent trends in computing and information technology and their expected development in the next period will be highlighted by the respected speakers in these sessions. The following trends will be included like artificial intelligence and machine learning, quantum computing, blockchain, cybersecurity, edge computing, a number of things will be covered, I think. And the main thing, how the data or is being collected or organized or generated, and how they are being analyzed. The technique is very much important. So last, I believe that this will be very much successful in of this event, and everybody will be get some knowledge from here. I wish the every success of the semi webinar. Thank you all. Please.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your brilliance with us and enriching our minds and souls with your words. We are truly honored to have been graced by your presence. On behalf of all attendees, I extend our deepest gratitude to you. Next, it is both an honor and a privilege to extend a warm welcome to someone whose pursuit of academic excellence has set a standard of leadership and mentorship that is unparalleled. He is Dr. T.K. Jana, sir, our Honorable Dean of Haldia Institute of Technology. With great anticipation and reverence, I invite you to take the virtual stage to enrich our minds and souls with your wisdom. The platform is now yours, sir. Let us wait for our Honorable Dean, sir, to grace us with his presence. He will be joining us shortly. I believe our Dean, sir, have joined us in this meeting. So once again, an absolutely wonderful morning to our Dean, sir. Let me reintroduce Dean, sir, for us all. So it is both an honor and a privilege to welcome someone whose pursuit of academic excellence have helped us so much and this college to achieve excellence. His mentorship is unparalleled. He is none other than our Honorable Dean of Haldia Institute of Technology, Dr. T.K. Jana, sir. Sir, I invite you on stage to grace us with your presence.
Hello.
Yes, sir. So you're not clearly audible.
Hello. Hello. Is it
Yes, sir.
okay
Yes.
now?
Yes, sir. It's fine now. It's
Okay.
fine. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Audible.
Okay. 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 So, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Respected our principal, Professor Subrata Mandal, Head of Instrument IT Information Technology, Professor Somen Pal, two coordinators, Dr. Ramkrishna Ghosh and Mrs. Bonani Ghosh, ma'am, other faculty members, participants, researchers, and of course the resource persons. It is a wonderful initiative by the Department of Information Technology of Haldia Institute of Technology that they have arranged for this 2 days online webinar on the very emerging and contemporary topics and trend computing informatics. Now, actually, we are living in the age of computing, networking, and informatics, irrespective of our specialization or irrespective of our domain expertise. All people across the globe now are taking any of the computerization, networking, services. So, but as far as the IT domain is concerned, the concept of computing and informatics is enormous, and it is their core domain where the lot of new technologies, advanced technologies in the form of networking and computing activities all across the globe. I am not very sure into the exact discussion topic of the webinar, but I had the idea that some form of your machine learning and cloud computing area should be delivered by the resource persons from the academia as well as industry. So I am basically mechanical engineer and having specialization in the manufacturing. But for the last couple of 4-5 years, more specifically after the post-COVID situation, I had developed some keen interest in the area of computing and informatics. And what I try to attempt to accrue the benefits of the computerization and informatics to map in the area of manufacturing. Keeping that in mind, I had attended webinars and FDP programs, particularly in the major focus on attending discussions confined to the learning. This area, considering its division of the taxonomy, is the supervisory learning, unsupervisory machine learning. Another is very popular in the agent-based system. That I cannot exactly recall. That is also applied in the trading business as far as the agent technology is concerned. Reinforcement learning, I forgot. So anyway, I am not very much frequently using. So these are the area, the domain which are usually covered up or proposed for the deliberations. But as far as the digital technology is concerned, I believe that focus should not be confined to the merely the machine learning domain. Particularly those who are from the IT background or the IT people, they should cover the digital technology in its true perspective, in the true spirit, starting from the data capturing, data transmission, data management, and of course the machine learning and data analytics would be there, and how the final decision making or the outcome of this machine learning algorithm would be eventually utilized for better control of the processes and the equipment, so that the efficiency, output, productivity, all this can be enhanced. That should be the true spirit of digital approach towards the manufacturing or any other domain. So coming to the other area which I have got some idea in the recent time, that is the computing. What is very important in the longer that means lot of capital investment, whether it is in the IT infrastructure or IT securities or IT services, it is no longer owned by a particular individual organization, so as to reduce the cost of business and to go for the more profit generation. So that is why in the current days, entire business fraternity is moving from the ownership business towards the service oriented business, and this cloud computing is one such area which relies on the concept of using the computing resources as a services over the internet, and the user or the consumer should go for the pay as you use basis, and this concept is almost prevalent in the every sphere of the life of the computing world. So computing, the cloud computing, as far as the NIS definition is concerned, new business model offering ubiquitous computing different services and
Excuse me, sir, your voice is breaking.
That may be perhaps due to network communication. That is one major problem in our institution. Am I clear right now?
Yes, sir, right now it's clear. You may continue.
Clear? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So cloud computing is basically a service-oriented model where computing resources are made available to the user over the internet, and people, irrespective of their geographical location, can make use of those computing resources as pay-as-you-go basis. This is the current business trends. So as far as the cloud computing is concerned, there are three major pillars. One is infrastructure as services, platform as a services, and software as a services. These are not theoretical consideration. These aspects are already implemented all over the globe. I can have some idea of the information that I can share over you. Some typical example of information as a utilization infrastructure as services include Amazon EC2, Microsoft Azure VM, and Google Compute Engine. The example of platform as a service is the Google App Engine, Windows Azure Compute, and Amazon Elastic Beanstalk. And software as a service that includes some example is the Salesforce App Exchange, Google Apps, Microsoft Office 365, and OnLive. So these three are the main pillars of computing. So business is now converting from the ownership towards the service-oriented approach. And for that particular purpose, what is the most important enabling technology would be your data science, cloud computing, networking, network security aspect, semantic part, interoperability aspect, and all sorts of data management which you understand better. So I believe that this particular seminar or the webinar will be a wonderful platform for the resource persons from the industry as well as from the academics. They will share their thoughts and their experience, and those who are associated with this particular webinar, particularly the new faculty members, researchers, the postgraduate students, they will find it extremely useful to carry forward their work in their respective domain. And in the context of cloud computing as a manufacturing people, I will say just one or two words. The model of the cloud computing, which was developed or put forward by the National Institute for the Standards and Technology, the same is just extended in case of manufacturing, where manufacturing no longer is considered as a production, it is also a service-oriented system. So what we follow the different activities under the purview of manufacturing, that is design, production, quality control, experiment and testing, all are offered over the internet as a service, and any customer all across the globe, irrespective of their geographical locations or limitations, they can enjoy the facility as pay-as-you-go mode. One interesting example, just I will cite before I conclude. Yesterday I was going to the digital technology. You know, the Rolls-Royce is one such leading car manufacturer. They are having very branded car which cost not less than at least 10 crores. And you can go up to as 50-60 crores rupees. So very elegant type of cars. And they are also the leading manufacturer of turbo engines which are used in the aircraft. Now the aircraft manufacturer, they do not buy the engines from the Rolls-Royce, but Rolls-Royce offered these engines to the aircraft user or the manufacturer as a service provider, and their business tagline is that power by the hour. Am I clear? Power, because the engine develops the power which helps to propel the engine or propel the aircraft. So power, so they charge on the hourly basis. So the concept is that a particular organization, if they own or procure the high cost turbo engine, the cost of the liabilities and the capital investment would be enormously high. So the objective is that they would pay only for that much they are using that particular engine for their operation. So it offers benefits to all the stakeholders, that is the customer, that is the service provider, and the cloud manager or the cloud administrator. So these are the three different entities or the actors. So each entity can, or the stakeholders can satisfy their own objectives, and thereby converting the production oriented business towards the service oriented business. So that is, so this concept of cloud manufacturing is basically derived from the concept of cloud computing. So I believe that this particular webinar will be extremely useful to discuss the different emerging and the contemporary aspect of the cloud computing, cloud manufacturing, and of course the data science and the different different techniques under machine learning. So I wish this particular webinar will be extremely useful and helpful for the all the participants and all the persons associated with this particular webinar. Thank you very much for inviting me to this inaugural session and taking this wonderful initiative. I know that this Department of IT almost regularly, at least twice in every year, they organize this RTCS type of webinars and FDP program. And I believe that in the future, the same tempo and same enthusiasm will continue, and they will organize these sorts of events with much more enthusiasm and in the broader perspective. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Your words of motivation have filled us with so much inspiration, so that in the coming years, we will maintain the decorum and the same momentum of hosting this event. Once again, your words have inspired us to think critically and to strive for excellence in all our endeavors. It is a true honor to have had the opportunity to benefit from your wealth of cloud computing.
Okay, thank you.
So moving on. Now, finally, it is my distinct pleasure to introduce our esteemed guest speaker, Mr. Anup Kumar Mondol. Mr. Mondol exemplifies excellence in the realm of technology as a senior tech lead at Skyvera, boasting an illustrious career spanning an impressive 17 years. His professional journey has seen him occupy pivotal roles in renowned organizations such as Ushacom, Orga System, Reddy, Optiva, and Neuralt, where his expertise has left an indelible mark. Mr. Mondol's breadth of knowledge traverses diverse industry domains, from traditional software engineering to the forefront of cut-edge emerging technologies. Prior to his stellar career in the corporate world, he dedicated 5 years to the noble profession of teaching, owning his skills and nurturing future talents. Today, we have the privilege of benefiting from Mr. Mondol's profound insights into the application of artificial intelligence, that is AI, in software development. His deep understanding of this transformative technology and its implications for the industry promises to enlighten and inspire us all. Sir, we are truly honored to have you with us here today. Without further ado, the virtual stage is yours. We eagerly anticipate your address. Sir, please.
Yeah, good morning, all the respected teachers, my dear students and other attendees present here. So today I'm here to give some ideas about the subtopic of AI, and that is called prompt engineering. This is very hot topic starting from 2023 onwards. Now, till date, I will share my slide. Before that, I express some ideas. So till date, the AI is working for other fields, also for business and others. But from 2023 onwards, when ChatGPT came, I think some of you has heard about ChatGPT. So when ChatGPT came, it is useful for software developers. So today my topic is using ChatGPT and like other ChatGPT sites to help how the software development can be done. So let me first share my slide. So the topic is basically prompt engineering use in software development. So this is basically a subpart of AI. AI is full form of artificial intelligence. Those who are in first year, second year, may not have heard about much on AI. So just tell me something about the artificial intelligence. So we say that we are intelligent. Okay. So in that sense, the intelligence is here also. The intelligence means the ability to acquire and apply knowledge and skill. So how to acquire the knowledge? By studying something or by learning from other resources. And once we can apply the knowledge, only then we can say that we are intelligent. So just by acquiring knowledge is not that. We have to apply whatever we have learned and through the skills. Okay. So what the question is? Artificial intelligence. Okay. Artificial intelligence is a simulation of human intelligence processes by machines, especially in computer system. Now the question arises, we are intelligent, now why do we need the artificial intelligence? Now we need the artificial intelligence because we know that there is a concept of data science. Okay? So there is a huge set of data generated every day when you call something over phone, when you walk, even when you buy something from some websites. So a huge data is generated, and that we cannot remember all such type of data. Okay, so that data can be stored in a computer. Now from that data, the computer can infer something. So the artificial intelligence can do that part. So that part cannot be done by human intelligence itself. So in that sense, the artificial intelligence comes into picture. Okay. So I am not elaborating much on artificial intelligence because the main topic is prompt engineering, that is a subpart of artificial intelligence. Now, if we draw the diagram, now our artificial intelligence is a broad subject. Okay. So under the artificial intelligence, we have machine learning, and then under that we have the subpart is deep learning. Okay. Now, what is machine learning? Does it mean the machine learn itself? No, it is not. If we buy a computer and switch on that one, even assuming that the operating system is there, every software is there, maybe Word, Python, everything is there, the machine cannot learn itself. So what we have to do for machine learning, we have to write some program. Okay, so that can be Java, Python, though in practical scenario, Python is there and R is there and some other programming language is there. But in that sense, Python is famous. Okay, so what we have to learn for machine learning, we have to learn first Python programming language and we have to do some programming. Okay, now what programming I have to do, that we have to learn in machine learning. Now the point is, if we write some program in normal sense other than machine learning, what we do, suppose we write a program to add two numbers. Okay, so every day if we run and if we give some data, it will give the same result. Okay, if we give 2 and 3 and the program is correct, then if the job is to add the two number, then it will show you 5. Okay, now the question is, what is the difference in programming through machine learning? Okay, the programming through machine learning is that, for example, under the machine learning, there are 3 subparts. One is supervised learning, another is unsupervised learning, and another is third is semi-supervised learning. Okay, now just for example, supervised learning means we have some data with some results, proper output is there, and finally we have some data whose output is not given. So we can write some program and we can put the data into the program so that it will learn. What is the meaning of learning? That I will explain. So after that, if I give some input, then it will give some output. Now this output may vary depending on the existing data. Existing data means data with some output. So the output will vary depending on the input initially given to learn the programming. So that to learn more about machine learning, we have to go through websites or some courses. Okay. Now under that, we have a deep learning. Okay. Now some of you have heard about neural network. Now the neural network is based on the neurons that exist in our body, and deep learning basically mimics that idea and implemented through programming language. Again, this is another big topic that we have to learn. Now the question is, what is the role of deep learning in my topic? Okay, sorry. Now, the prompt engineering basically a subpart of deep learning. Okay, basically prompt engineering uses the deep learning. So I have explained this one here, machine learning, and this is the deep learning. So now comes the generative AI. Now that till date in machine learning, deep learning, what we have some data with some outputs or that is called label data, and once we give some input, then it will give some output. Now, what is generative AI? Generative AI means till date the computer could not generate something on its own. Now, with the concept of generative AI, it can generate something new. So how it can generate, let me show you some example through some website. Now, whatever I have written here, write a Java program. I think all of you can see, write a Java program to add, sorry, two integer. Okay. So this is called prompt. So in the prompt engineering, this is called prompt. So let me see what it is showing. So immediately it gives the output. Okay. So it is not that this chat GPT that is designed by OpenAI, this is an organization. So that chat GPT, there is a program like this. Okay. So how it generates? So that is the generative AI model. Okay. So that generative AI model I'm not going to explain here. So what I'm going to explain. So what is prompt engineering basically? So what we have to learn? We have to learn how to write prompts. Okay. So which is similar to asking a question to a teacher. So when we are asking a question to a teacher, we should ask in such a way so that the teacher understands the context and and your questions clearly. Once the question is very much clear, then the teacher can answer your question. So for this example, it seems very simple to write a prompt, write a Java program to add two integer. But in all scenarios, this is not much easy. So this is a very hot topic in computer in IT industry. So we have to learn this thing parallelly in your course curriculum. Okay. So that you can learn from YouTube and all these things, and several websites are there from where you can learn. So that topic I will show you. So this is the chatgpt.openai.com. Some of you have heard about this. So this ChatGPT site can work as a teacher to you. Okay, whatever questions you have, you can ask the question. So like other thing, it is not that it is 100% correct. It says that it is 99% correct. There may be something wrong. You should have the intelligence to identify if there is something wrong. Okay, so we have to learn all this. So similar to ChatGPT, there are other websites where you can write prompt and you can get your results. Okay, so this is an example. Let me go to my slide again. So generative AI. So what this ChatGPT generates, what you can see, this is basically text. So the prompt I have given, it is a text prompt. This is what I have written. This is text, and what it generates, it is again a text. So generative AI basically does not means it will generate text. So generative AI, it can generate image, it can generate video, and all these things. Okay. So generative AI is an artificial intelligence that refers to the use of AI to create new content like text, image, music, audio, videos. Okay. It can generate. Now, in the context of research technology, what is in the background of generative AI? I just give some brief ideas on this generative AI. So in the generative AI, basically the main topic is GPT. Okay, the full form of GPT. So the G means generative. It can generate a new thing from your prompt. That means you are asking some questions. It can give some response. Now this is pre-trained, absolutely. One important thing regarding AI industry, in fact, starting from machine learning and data science, there is a very hot term that is called model. Okay, what is the model? Model is not very complex thing. Model is the program that we write that gives our answer to our questions. Okay, so this model, so pre-trained model means the model has the knowledge of all these things in the universe. So as we can see that I require some, I have given some prompt on Java programming, so somebody can write on C++ and all these languages. Maybe he or she from other subjects, also physics, chemistry, and all these other biology, all these subjects. So the same chat GPT can answer these questions. So this model means that program is fed with pre-trained with some existing data. So where this data are come from, that is come from the through all the websites existing, all books are that is there in the world. So lots of data are fed into this model. Okay, so once this is fed, it can respond to our questions. Now the final point of the GPT is transformer. The transformer basically a deep learning architecture, but already I have shown you that AI is a broad term. Then under that we have machine learning. Then under machine learning we have a deep learning. So deep learning again uses the neural network that exists in our body. So using that technology, this transformer basically transforms the input to our output. So what is the input? So in the last example, the input was write a Java program to add to integer. What is the output? The output is the actually Java program in my case. Okay. So this full form GPT. So GPT is not a keyword for OpenAI. Okay, GPT is a general term. Now it has some versions like GPT 3.5, GPT 4. Now OpenAI has created a website. Basically, it is called a bot, bot, that gives the questions of our answers of our questions. Okay. Now another important thing is that, let me show you. See, here I am using GPT 3.5. See, every day the knowledge base in the world continuously increasing through new websites, new books, and other things. So this GPT is trained with all the resources till 2021, I think. Okay, so there are another version that is GPT-4. For that, if you want to use that GPT-4, you have to upgrade to plus, means you have to pay something, otherwise they cannot give you that one. So GPT-4 has the latest knowledge and GPT 3.5 has knowledge till 2021. If something came into existence after 2021, then might be 3.5 cannot answer your questions. Okay, so this is an important thing. So in fact, most of these bots, basically these are called bots. So most of these bots give some basic features as a free, otherwise you have to pay to get the proper answer. Okay, so the main topic was the use of this prompt engineering in IT industry. So once someone works with IT industry, he or she has to pay. Either his or her organization will pay for you, or you have to pay something to help you on day-to-day software development. This will basically help the productivity of the organization as well as your. Okay, so let me go to the slide again. So already I have told you that ChatGPT is a language model developed by OpenAI. OpenAI is an organization. I think you are very much aware. The Sam Altman is the owner of OpenAI. So basically, his brainchild is the ChatGPT, which is designed to understand and generate human-like text. This is the very much important thing for which this is the that prompt engineering is very hot topic. Now already I told you that prompt engineering, what prompt engineering says, it basically helps to generate AI models better comprehend and respond to wide range of queries. So if you are, I have given the prompt as a Java programmer. If you are from C#, C, C++, physics, chemistry student, whatever, so you have to give the questions. Even in the free version, you might not give your book as a PDF format. You cannot feed that one, but in the paid version, if you have any physics book in a paid version, physics book in PDF format, you can give that book to the ChatGPT. There is an option for attaching that one. So after that is fed to ChatGPT, you can ask the ChatGPT, give me 10 multiple choice question on chapter number 1, like that. It can give you the answer. Prepare, give some 10 mathematics on first chapter number 1, like that. So everything it can generate, but you have to go for paid version. Okay. Now there are different types of prompting. I will not cover all this one. So I just give you some basic different types of prompting. So one type of prompting is called zero-shot prompting. What is that? See, prompting is nothing but asking a question. Now the main problem in asking a proper question to a teacher or someone from whom we can get the answer. So for that, we should have good understanding of English language also, and the topic on which we are going to ask the question. Okay, so if we simply ask some question without any example giving to the generative model, for example, in my case, I am using ChatGPT. This is using one of the generating model, that is 3.GPT 3.5. Then it can give the answer without any example. So that is called zero-shot prompting or direct prompting. Now the first prompt that I have given in the example, ChatGPT, write a Java program that add to integer, it is like a zero-shot prompt, because I have not given any example to ChatGPT in the context of Java. Okay, so this is called zero-shot prompt. Now, so automatically the question arises, if there is zero-shot prompt, there is one shot, two shot, like that. That is not the case. Basically, there is another few shot or multi-shot prompt. Now, for this, we have to give the model some example, and based on that, we can ask some question. Let me show you some example. See my question. So if you want to write multiple lines, so you have to press Shift Enter. So my answer is okay. So this is my answer. So what I'm going to say to the ChatGPT here, this is a GPT model, okay, based on see, this is called one-shot prompting basically, or few shot. Might be I can give more examples. So here, see here, my question was, what is the capital of India? So though I have forgot to give the question mark, the answer pattern is capital of India is within box bracket New Delhi. Now I am giving this example. So based on, so it is learning that the pattern of question and answer. So it learned immediately, and based on the above example, give the answer to the following question. So after that, I have asked the capital of USA. So it is showing that the capital of USA, like that, it is put in box bracket. So this is called one shot. If you can give more example, then it can be few shot, multi-shot, like that onwards. Okay. So whatever format you want, if you simply write what is the capital of USA, it can give the answer, no problem. It will show you that the capital of USA is what, Washington DC. It will not give the box bracket like that. So in that case, that is called zero shot prompting. But I want like that. Interestingly, the ChatGPT can answer the question in Bengali also, maybe in other languages. I have checked for Bengali. So if you write something, uh, ask something in Bengali, it can give you. For example, let me give. And another important thing is that before asking question, you should tell ChatGPT or any other model. I am always every time referring ChatGPT. Does not means there is only ChatGPT where we can get some help on day-to-day life. Okay, so like other sites are there that I will show, and also you can search in Google, you can get that one. But another important thing is that some part is free, but most of the important part is you have to pay something. Okay, but free part, as a student you can learn lots, no problem. So, so once we ask the question to the generative model, you have to give the context. For example, you can think the ChatGPT is a person who knows everything, but you have to change the context like that. Let me give an example. So I am saying that ChatGPT that I am a standard 3 student. Okay. So now based on these, it will become a teacher for class 3 students. Okay. Now whatever I will ask, it will try to give the answer to 3 or 4 standard student, 2, 3 or 4 student, standard student. Not that it will give a answer for class to 10 or something. But if we simply ask the question, let me ask the question first. The more clearly you ask the question, the more closer to the answer you will get. So every time you have to before asking the question, you have to think whether I am a beginner or I am expert or I am an intermediate, I am which class. For example, I am saying in the context of software industry, it may be for other subjects also. So give the answer in bullet points. Okay, just see the answer. Okay, it may not always true that you are happy with the answer. You can ask again ChatGPT to modify the question, modify the answer, like that. See, the initial answer was not, I was not happy with the answer. So I asked ChatGPT to make the sentences bit shorter. See, it makes the sentences bit shorter for standard 3 students. So what I have told you, that it can give the answer for class standard 2, 3 or 4. So based on that, if you are not happy, then you can ask like that. Okay. So the more clear, so before asking question, you have to like that. This first one is the context, in the which context you are asking, and what is the actual question. If you are asking some formatting on the answer, you can ask that one, no problem. So the more you add sentences to the questions, so the more clear and close answers you will get. See, this is not only true for software industry, this is for all. Let me go to the slide again. Okay. Yes, another, this one is there. So another important prompting technique. There are several types of prompt, and every day new prompting pattern is added to prompt engineering. So one of this one is lever. So lots of prompting pattern is there. So I will explain this one. Let me show you. So lever prompt is like that. Suppose you have asked a question to ChatGPT or any GPT model. Okay, so the once you get the answer, so you might ask GPT to how it rates its answer. So sometimes we want the intermediate type answer. Sometimes we get the expert answer, like that. Suppose the answer to this question like 5 sentences on dog, that once we present this to the real life teacher, suppose the marks is 10. Okay, the teacher might marks is suppose 5. The teacher might give this as 2. Some teacher might give as 4. Some type teachers might give it as 5. Okay, like that. So we will ask ChatGPT how it can rate this one. So based on the ratings, we can improve the answers here. So what we will prompt here. So remember this, when we whatever we write here, it is called prompt. So never write we are asking questions, we are prompting. So as a IT students, we should say that this is called prompting. Okay, so prompting and asking question is same. Okay, but in the sense of IT industry, there is a big difference in that. Asking question, when we ask question, we never give the context. We simply ask a question. But in case of prompting, we should give a context, because the other side there is no person, it is a machine. So once we give the context, once we give more information about my question, it gives more information, more closer result to my questions. Okay, so so what I'm saying, that 1 means beginner and 5 means advanced. Okay, so what I am saying, first of all, the prompt we have given to ChatGPT. Okay, and it has given the answer. Then again I have asked to modify the answer. Now I am asking that on a scale to of 1 to 5, 1 means beginner and 5 means advanced. You can change these words also, no problem. So advanced, expert, whatever. How do you rate the above answer? Let ChatGPT to rate the answer. See, it is saying that the above answer is 3. So it might we might need to modify the answer. Suppose I want to get the answer as 5 or 4 or 2 or 1. Might, so that depends on the answer we want, basically. Okay, so it is not that every time I give some question and that is the English answer. So sometimes it might be answer in the programming language also. Sometimes we want the expert answer, sometimes we want the beginner's answer, because um, every student or every professional can answer the 5. So we want to check the rating of the answers also. Okay, so let me ask ChatGPT. 4. Okay. So, so it is, I don't know why it is, oh, sorry. 42. So basically the basic information was 1 to 5, so it is not that there is a rate of 42, so it might have given some answer, though I have not checked all this. So no problem, it changed the rating of 4. Okay. Now here in this case it is might be difficult to check the standards of the answer, because 3 and 4 is very much close. So we can change the rating to 1 to 10 also, 1 to 20 also, so that the rating can be clearly distinguishable. And in that case, what we can say, 1 is beginner, 5 is intermediate, like that, expert, more expert, like that. So that we can easily identify the answers. Okay. So this is another thing that we can use as a, so this is called lever prompt. Lever means we are balancing. Lever, what is lever is that it is balancing the responses of that chat GPT or GPT from GPT model. Okay. So this is from chat GPT. Now another site I just want to show you. This is another. So this is showing you. So this is similar to Claude. Now initially it was behind much behind the chat GPT, but it is continuously improving its responses. So it is coming forward. So this site you can also use in your testing to or learning the prompt engineering, like that. Now let me show you one of the tools that I use other than ChatGPT, Claude. Another important thing is that, see here I have used the generative model to generate the text output from text input prompt. Okay. So already I have told you it can generate images also, it can generate videos, it can generate musics also. So the question arises whether we need musicians or not, do we need a teacher or not, because all the questions we can get, if we can feed the book, it can generate the question. If we have any question, it can give the answer. Okay, the several questions arise, but it is not the case. It is not saying that my answer is 100% correct, because it is learning from different sources. If that sources has the wrong responses, the very high chance that it will learn wrong thing. As this is true for we also. If we learn something wrong from website, YouTube sites, then the responses is wrong. Okay, so that may be the case. Though they try to minimize the error responses based on they just not fed all the websites that is there in the web, so they try to fit the correct one. So that is their responsibility. So everybody will exist, it is not, but our responses will be very fast. Okay. So like that. So this is one of the site you can try, Claude, CLAUD. So all these website you can find. So let me show you at least one image generation from text prompt. So this is basically those who are from 4th year or 3rd year, maybe if someone present here. So have heard about natural language processing. What you can think this is a natural language processing is that the till it understand the high level languages like programming languages, it was difficult. Now see the interaction between ChatGPT and myself, that I have simply written English sentences. I'm not an expert upon prompt engineering. I'm also working for 2023, so 1.5 years. so around. So the question is like that, all that I have learned. So even I have asked, told him sorry that I have made mistakes. So the response is see, that response is no problem. So if I say thank you, so it acts like a human being. Okay, so the so the parallel question, since it can answer all the questions, so parallel question arises, so we should not misuse this chat gpt. So that same prompting question arises, that is the different part, but that is there also. So let me show you some. So image generator AI, let me open this one. Till it opens, let me say something on the current IT industry. So whatever there is in the curriculum, so this is there. So parallelly, you have to explore what is going in the IT industry. It is not difficult to find all these things. So once you attend some seminar or webinar, whatever, so from there you learn some knowledge. So then try to explore something. Now the problem is that everything has some basic free services that you can use to learn, no problem. But after that, you have to pay something. That is changing with the current time. This is the another thing. If you want to do something on what I say cloud, so that is there also free. So all these are free to some extent. And another thing is that other than your curriculum, whatever the project is in the curriculum, the IT industry expects that you should do some projects on your own. Now with a lot of resources that is present in the websites, YouTube, whatever, so you can do some short project and you can present that in any interview, and like that, that would be very much helpful. It is not, don't always expect like that whatever that will be in our curriculum we will complete that one. So you always try as a student to explore whatever there exists in the current scenario, and try to do some short projects, maybe 2 or 3 students make a group and like that. So that is another part. So let me join AI image generator. Though I don't use much this one because I don't require. So this GPT can be used, already told you, GPT can be used by several fields. Okay, so whoever requires video, whoever requires images, he or she can use this one. So already I have told you, modeling is nothing but basically the backend program that will do your job. So we never say it as program, we say it as a model. Okay, so with this let me, I think this is the free version. So where is the generate? So let me generate this one. Though it cannot generate successfully here, see. So it is not that all the time result will be correct. Let me modify as tiger to dog. See, I've asked to generate an image, dog is eating an ice cream. So it is not that they have saved an image like dog eating ice cream. So based on this prompt, this is the text prompt, and what it generates. So it generates an image in which the dog is eating ice cream. So based on your requirement, we can use this one. So it is not possible for a person to use all features of generative AI. Whatever you require, you have to focus on that only. First, we have to learn how to write prompts. So for that, we don't have to be expert in English, but we should have the standard knowledge of English so that the sentences should be correct and clear understanding. Another is that for image generation might be we don't require much. So the writing the context and all these things might be difficult for us, but for programming context we should write clearly. For example, we want a program that should run on JDK 1.8, so we have to give the context, write a program. Let me show you another so it will be clear. So before asking the question, just let me show you. So Java. So I am fixing the role of GPT model that you are Java 1.8 expert. Okay. Now so those who know Java, I think all of you know the Java stream in JDK 1.8. So it is saying certainly below is an example. So those who are and it has also explained. So even if this explanation is not clear, you can ask GPT to explain each and every line, step-by-step explanation. So this is a very simple short program, those who are familiar with Java. So like that, if also given the expression, right? So if anything is not clear, so you can ask. So see, so this type of answer is not possible in Google. Okay, what Google currently can do, though Google has a similar GPT model that is called Gemini, Gemini. So once you give questions, so write a list, then it can give you the programs, no problem. It can explain. But see here, it has explained line by line. So if you have a big program, you can ask ChatGPT or any generative model to explain the logic clearly. Even if this has explained a lot, each and every methods clearly here, I think this will be one. Those who knows then can understand that, okay, this is clear. So artificial intelligence does not means we don't require the intelligence. Remember, we require the intelligence because if we don't have the intelligence, then we don't understand. Okay, so we require the intelligence, but we want to use the intelligence of the machines to help us better. Okay, the same ChatGPT can answer all the programming languages, all the subjects, all the day-to-day languages, mother tongues. It can answer. Okay, so this is not possible for a person only. Okay. Also, if we want to use more features, then you have to pay. That is another thing. Okay, now let me show you the tool that I use. Now, those who programs in Java know that there is a tool called Eclipse. Okay, so another is Visual Studio Code. So this tool I use. So let me open another person. So. Yes, so this is a tool and this is based upon that Visual Studio Code. Okay, so this has a extension, this has an interaction with ChatGPT. Okay, so see here this is the tool similar to Eclipse. You can open in something. So here this interaction is with ChatGPT. Now, for my tool, our organization paid $20 per month. which is approximately 1600 1700 rupees. So what is the advantage of using this here? So whenever I have some questions regarding my development, so I can ask the question, simply it gives the answer immediately. So in one tool, what I can do, we don't have to go to ChatGPT all the time. So sometimes, most of the time, I can use this one, this chatting tools added with this to improve the productivity. Whatever, basically, for my case, I work with Java. So whenever some optimization in code or any documentation need to be added, for example, in case of some methods, we require some documentation. So it is difficult to write the documentation for each and every methods. Though when there was no GPT model, we would write. But here, what we can do, we can simply ask this chatbot to write the documentation for me. It can immediately write that one. So whatever questions I have, it is not that the questions that I have with Java only. Whatever I have questions, maybe it is for Linux, it is for SQL or anything, that then I ask the question. But sometimes what I have observed, that sometimes I have to check whether the output that I am expecting is correct or not. That I have to check that one, because once you will be very much expert, your prompting will be very much expert. So once that will be there, then you can rely fully on it to whatever it is giving in the correct answer. Okay. Let me show you some question. Even yes, in this context, what I can tell you, that if you know Python, but you don't have any idea how to what project we can do. So what you can do, you can get some project ideas on YouTube, no problem. You can ask the project ideas with ChatGPT. You can ask the explanation. Suppose you can ask ChatGPT to give me 5 ideas using Python. Okay, so it can give 5 projects. So out of that, you can ask the project number 1, please explain this. So give some ideas like that. So interacting with the free version, no problem, it will give the answer. So all this you can do with the chat GPT, it can give the answer. Okay, so you can verify the code. If you have any questions regarding Python, immediately you can interact, instead of going to learn from phrase and to Tube, you can directly interact with ChatGPT to clear any doubt on Python. If you are not clear on the for loop, for example, we are not clear about the for loop in Python. So in that case, you can give an example of for loop in Python, make it clear. Or if you have a Python loop already you have written, or one of your friend has written, you can copy and paste that one. Please explain this, what it does, like that. All it will explain. So that type of teacher is not possible always day-to-day life. Okay, you cannot go to a teacher and every day ask lots of questions. So in that sense, you can ask as a teacher to that chat GPT, and you should explore the prompting techniques, and that will help in different contexts. One's of improving the prompt, another is increasing your knowledge. So that is helpful in that sense. So let me see. One day I this is those who are familiar with Git. So I had some questions. So I asked that to see the current repository details, like that. So it gives the command. So I was not familiar. I was not happy. Then I again asked the question like that. So this is an interactive way. Okay. So by which I can continuously ask question. And if we have any question like this, so what we can, though this is specific tool, though why I'm explaining about this tool you might not use. So once I copy this one, so it will give the answer based on this part also. Point is that the this is based on Visual Studio Code. Okay, so those who are familiar with Visual Studio Code, are might be familiar with these plugins. Okay, so Visual Studio Code has a plugin, free plugin for ChatGPT. Okay, let me. See, those who are familiar with this one. So once you go to this one, you will get. Check whether it opens or not. See, this one is a pre GPT model that I have shown here in my tool cursor. CURSOR, that is one tool like Eclipse or NetBeans or like that, any IDE what is called. So this has a free tool you can use with Visual Studio Code. So what is the advantage of using that? Instead of going to the chat GPT, you can simply ask in your development environment if you have any question. So that is there also, you can use there. And another thing, though, as a student you may not use day to day. So another tool is like this shortwave, is that it will write the mail reply. Suppose you have a mail, you don't understand what is the, it is a long list of mails. Okay, you can ask shortwave to summarize the what is there in the, and once you write the mail, uh, it can change the mail content also. Content means basically in the language sense. Okay, it will change the language. Let me show in another tool. No, why it is not opening? So that is not much complex. Just let me show you. just assume that this is my response to this one, though I will not send this one. So there is a tool like this, though this software tool is different, but the job is similar. So I'm showing the response in some other tool like that. So let me show you. So once I write the mail, so I want this mail to be much more formal. Okay. So though as the content is very small, so it try to change added not added much lines. If the content is much, then it will add more lines. So it has just changed the language of whatever I have written. So and then you can at least depend on that the language it changes is always almost correct. But you should, before sending it, you should check like this one. Okay. So if I want this as more friendly, so it sometimes it will change. See, it change. So all these tool, what it helps us to correct our mail responses. So and those who are very much involved in day to day lots of mails, as a manager, as I am worked with the development, so I don't use much mails. So I don't use, but I just want to show you this type of tools are always coming. New tools are coming to help us, as well as the productivity for the organization side and our side also. So what I basically want to say you that as a student, so to the student, basically you have to aware to the IT industry what it is coming, and only the IT industry knows that. Those who are students who are very much familiar with different YouTube channel, famous YouTube channels, and all this, everything whatever comes in the IT industry, before that it comes to YouTube also. Okay, so with this I think I end my topic. So thank you. If you have any question now, you can ask. Somebody has asked some question. So any student, any questions, you can simply ask me.
Participants, please do not hesitate. Make use of the opportunity and ask your questions. You could also drop your questions in the chat box if you find it difficult to open your mic and speak.
Those who don't know, basically, I was also a teacher of Haldia Institute of Technology, basically. So I was from MCA department. So I was also a teacher. It is not that I have started my career as a IT professional. So around I think 5 years I was there. Before that I was also a teacher, and after that I have joined in the IT industry. So the final point is that other than course for the students, what I can say that other than course curriculum, we have to go beyond that one. And as these generative models are very much helpful in day to day, anytime you can ask question and you can get the responses. So based on that answer, you should do some short projects, so that will help you in your career. Basically, you can always project that one. And also I think you are familiar with different coding challenges there exist in the web, that is lead code, gigs, hacker rank, hacker art, all these I think you are much more familiar. So all this you should do attend one, and in that context this generative AI model will help you. Earlier, if you had any question, you have to go to watch a video, might be 3 to 4 videos, then you go to websites, then even after that your questions might not be clear. So in that sense, if you start using that this generative chatbots, then your time will be very much saved. You can learn any languages, anything you want to learn, you can learn from this side. If you have any questions, you can ask all these chatbots. Yes, all this what I can say. You have any question, then you can ask me now. With this, I think I can end my conversation. Thank you, Holden Institute of Technology. Thank you, Somen sir. Thank you, Principal sir. Thank you, TK Jana sir. Thank you, Sana sir, for giving me the opportunity on this, giving me the opportunity to explain my views on prompt engineering.
Thank you so much, sir. It was so good to know that you were and are a part of our family, our Haldia Institute of Technology family. And I express my gratitude for your exceptional session on generative AI and prompt engineering, specifically focusing on ChatGPT. Your presentation was not only informative, but also highly engaging, as it seamlessly integrated live practical examples and hands-on prompts. The step-by-step approach you took in demonstrating the functionality of ChatGPT and its application in generative AI was incredibly insightful. Your
Thank
contribution to
you.
our event has been immeasurable, and you truly graced us with your presence today. It was so wonderful having you with us.
Thank you once again.
Okay, so with this, we draw the curtain on the first segment of today's session. Now, as we take a break for lunch, I encourage you all to make the most of this time. Use this time to recharge and refuel, both physically and mentally, so that you're ready to dive back into the remaining sessions. We will reconvene at 3 o'clock sharp to continue our exploration. Until then, enjoy your break, and we look forward to seeing you all back here shortly. I repeat, the session will resume at 3 o'clock sharp. So for now, you may leave the meeting. Thank you all. Guys, you can leave the meeting now. And please join back at 3 o'clock sharp for the second half of the session.